ISSA, schoolboy football. Come, look one, look all. Which team are the best and I go better than the rest? And if a your team beat your chest, ISSA, schoolboy football. A team could rise and a team could fall, but they never will know until the whistle blows. So run, come enjoy the show. ISSA, schoolboy football.
Well, the best of Clarendon is the best of the DaCosta Cup. We are live from the nation's capital, and the grand finale for this season couldn't have been a more attractive affair. Having battled for the Champions Cup, we now see them go toe-to-toe once again for the symbol of Jamaica's rural area schoolboy football supremacy. The defending champions, Clarendon College, up against Glenmuir High. Welcome to blockbuster schoolboy football in the land of wood and water. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Dwight Jeremiah. I want to welcome you on SportsMax 2, on the SportsMax app, on SportsMax Plus, on Scene TV, on CVM Television in Jamaica. We are getting ready for something really special tonight, Dwight.
I really think it is a special night, and it will be special in terms of what will be on the park. The series of Clarendon College versus Glenmuir is locked at 1-1. However, it's Clarendon College that needs to draw level in terms of trophies won. Glenmuir still is in the hunt for the treble, and a win tonight will see them take the double.
A war of attrition is at hand with the mecca of Jamaica's football, the Coliseum. A battle of pride, a battle of skills, a battle of wills. A week on from their thriller minute encounter in the All-Ireland knockout showpiece, where they complimented each other and pounded each other, they bring the hope, passion and pride of their respective school communities as the parish of Clarendon is split in two once again. Red, yellow or blue? Which one are you? We can't wait for this one to begin. Neither can the sponsors. Even the boss of football in Jamaica is in the mecca for tonight, as well as Jamaica's captain. But in terms of the styles of play, what you'd have observed from the Champions Cup final, how are you looking forward to this?
Really looking forward to it. I think it's the two best ball-playing teams in schoolboy football at the moment, and they go about it with ultimate ease. It's their default action. What I find with Clarendon is that they sometimes can be a little bit nonchalant the way they go about it. Tonight they can't, because they are looking to draw level, as I said, in terms of trophies won. And as we see the dignitaries, ISSA's president, JFFF president, the captain of Jamaica's Reggae Boys, chairman of the DaCosta Cup, Linford Wright, all protocol observes in terms of the dignitaries meeting these two teams. They can't wait to get on it. The sponsors as well in on it, because we can't have these big occasions without the sponsors, and all of them that are on board have really helped to make this a very, very good schoolboy football season.
And the matchup is massive. Let's not try and sugarcoat it. It really is massive. The crowd is out, and it's a really good crowd as well for schoolboy football, and they are looking forward to this one.
It's really a massive encounter, you say, Donald. Both these two teams produce a classic of football on that match in the Champions Cup. And if they were to better themselves as they say they want to do, then I tell you what, if they manage to do that, it will be the quintessential of any classic that you can talk about in any football at any level, because these boys really are technically gifted players.
Will it be Clarendon College this time?
I'm so looking forward to this. I'm not sure if the football-loving public would have embraced a final like this with the quality that we are expected to see tonight. They are looking forward to a show, and if we were to take the example of what took place in the Champions Cup, if it's just a fraction of that, it would be a sight to behold.
Well, the words coming from these two coaches are not looking for a fraction. They both said they want to better the performance.
We'll now pause for the playing of the national anthem of Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineup for both teams.
Dwight, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Which team do you think at this point in time, before a ball is kicked for the third time this season between these two, which one has the advantage?
Well, you look at it, both have won a game apiece, but the bigger game has been won by Glenmuir. Psychologically, you feel that they have the advantage. But I feel as well Clarendon College has the mettle, not just the ability to play football, but mental fortitude to come out here and rebound from the last one.
Audit Hamilton will call this game. The fourth official, Okito Nicholson, Stephanie Daly Singh and Melvin Reed will be the first and second assistants. Yes, Dwight?
Yeah, matching the performance in the field with the players on the park with some big name officials here. But yeah, advantage, not quite sure if any comes in with an advantage, but I want to feel Clarendon College may just be more pumped up for this one.
Well, this is the starting lineup for Clarendon College. Roche Burrell in goal, the back four of Rugel Francis, Romario Thompson, Devontae Hodges and Atibo Green. In the middle of the park, Theon Cupie, DeAndre Gadamore and Malachi Douglas, who has 17 goals to his name as well as 13 assists. Up top, Jamel Budu Ashley, Kaheem Dixon, of course, with 28 goals and 16 assists. And of course, on the right-hand side, their number 8, Christopher Hull, with 12 goals and 14 assists to his name.
Yeah, and they'll play the 4-3-3, but it's always fluent from them. You expect them to go. What I think is going to be important is that they play much quicker.
I suspect Glenmuir will go with a 4-3-3 as well. Antoine Gooden between the sticks for them. The back four of Brandon Wallace, O'Neill Headley, Tavon Coleman and Ramon Francis. In the middle of the park, Jason White, Denzel Watson and Kyle Gordon, who has 10 goals to his name so far this season. Tajon Cummings with 6, Orain Watson with 8 and DeAndre Johnson, their leading scorer on the right hand side with 11 goals, the top 3.
Yeah, and this is a team that really knows how to win already. They've won the Champions Cup and they feel they can have the measure of this Clarendon College team. I don't think they'll take anything for granted. It's not the type of thing where they went off and celebrate. Coach Peart said it was just one day and they were refocused on Clarendon because they know it's a big occasion.
Rogel Francis is one of the changes made by Clarendon College back in the starting lineup. Back from injury, replaces Daniel Clark, who acquitted himself really well, I thought, in his absence, as we take a look at the toss there between the two captains. But yes, of course, they'll also be missing one Bolt, Nashawn Bolt, who got the red card in the Champions Cup final. And those situations, it transcends competition, so he misses the DaCosta Cup final tonight. The question will be, will he be a massive miss for Clarendon College?
Well, before now, I'll tell you, if they were playing another team, that because of how well Clarendon College keeps the ball, it's not going to be a problem. But with this Glenmuir team that does well through the middle, something Clarendon College will have to deal with. With the ball, they're great through the middle. Without it, they have to do more work. So Romario Thompson, that comes in to the defensive line here, central defense, to take up Bo's position, will have to do well. So he has done it before.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, in the quarterfinal, Boat was out already on red. So he went into that game and he played as well. So not new to playing in the games, in the big games. None bigger than this though. So he'll have to acquit himself really well. And if he's going to be tested, this is a team that he's up against that can test him really well.
And we're underway here at the National Stadium, the mecca of Jamaica's football, for the 2023 ISSA DaCosta Cup final. Glenmuir, as usual, in their full red outfit. They'll be kicking towards the Blue Mountain Range. Clarendon College will be going in the other direction towards the Caribbean Sea. And they would really want to make an impact. I was really impressed with how they operated in the aftermath of both getting that red card. With 10 players, they created so many chances and they could have easily got back into that final.
I felt for the long stretch of that time they were the better team. It came on, what, 53 minutes, and they really worked well with 10 players. I think they were better. But one thing that came out of it, not just to say they were better, I think the intensity with which they played with 10 players was much better. I think that's what we need to see from Clarendon College tonight. So often they will score a goal and they just are so nonchalant in possession and don't look to kill the game off. Tonight they'll have to do that, I feel. And that's something I'm looking forward to see them add to their play. Not just the possession, but possession with a purpose and a direction.
Both teams know it's a massive encounter. There must be a few nerves jangling. Nerves which could cause mistakes. Maybe like that. Clarendon College looking to capitalize. In the attacking third now. The ball touched inside. Thinking of a shot. Lining up Dixon! He does it again! Kakeem Dixon strikes early for Clarendon College in the showpiece finale. His 29th goal this season. And boy, this boy knows how to rock the big time.
Well, they call him Mr. Champions Cup. I say, take that away. He's missed the final. Anytime you say a final, he scores. He knows where the goal is. But in the big games, the biggest of the big games, the finals, he knows where to find it. The build-up, superb, exquisite from Clarendon College. I just spoke about the purpose. Hull was involved in it for sure. Again, in it, Douglas and Dixon. You put them together, it's goal. And that's a big one for them. He did it in the Champions Cup. Can Clarendon College ensure they carry it home again for him?
They struck goal early. They struck gold early. Glenmuir, how can they respond? Maybe immediately. Just outside the area. Was thinking of the shot, the hesitation. There comes out wide. And couldn't get the ball inside on that occasion. Tejon Cummings playing on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Donald, here it is. This confirmation, his 29th goal of the season. This boy knows where the goal is. I mean, he's such a great player in front of goal. Boy.
Whistle on the play. Glenmuir with the free kick. Ramon Francis is behind this one. Lenny Hyde didn't show a lot of exuberance in the aftermath of his side going ahead. He's just patiently watching at the moment. Free kick. Glenmuir. Can they respond here? It's Gordon with the flighted delivery. There probably would have been an issue. I think the second play inside the box was in an offside position. Andrew Peart, of course, the man in charge of Glenmuir High, yeah. Wouldn't have been an assist for Jason White if it had gone through purposefully and Glenmuir converted. But they have fired the warning shot.
They have, for sure. So Clarendon College, you talk about a lack of expression from Lenny, because he knew and he's remembering what happened in the Champions Cup.
A Thibaut Green on it. Wasn't on the same page with Malachi Douglas on that occasion. Speak about nerves jangling and mistakes. Glenmuir, you can sense the hesitancy in a couple of their passes. Let's see if they'll be able to settle. Not right now. Throw into Clarendon College.
And already I'm seeing the intensity from Clarendon College. On the SportsMax zone during the week, I did speak about Clarendon getting a lot of joy from the wide areas. That goal did come, and a play coming from out wide as well once it was turned over. Glenmuir need to sort that out. For Clarendon, I think through the middle is where they have the issue. Just atop the 18-yard box, 10 yards or so outside of it.
Hodges is back there. just to get the crowd in it. He made that clearance a little bit more extravagant.
No playing around. And not see there, everything to cheer about, not looking to sell anything, just definitely cheering on tonight. Fully focused on this encounter.
Dixon as a hound, causing the mistake. Here's a shot from distance that goes wide of the mark. It was Hull. His eyes lit up when he saw the keeper was a little bit off his line. Felt he was within range.
Yeah, he felt so. But I feel he's one of the players too for Clarendon College that can come big for them tonight, or you want to come big for them tonight. Threaten goals some more. And he, I spoke about him as well, just needing to threaten more, to really have some end product. A pass, a shot, for his team, more shots. But for a player that sometimes he just go unnoticed at times in games, does his stuff.
Well, here's Dixon finding Douglas. Douglas, well, Ashley was on the left, begging for the ball from his skipper. Douglas ignored him on that occasion, went for the glory himself.
Yeah, and that was something that came up when they went a man down before they settled down. It was more individualistic than collective. And on that occasion, maybe going out wide and a ball across the box. Who knows? He could be the one tapping it in. Douglas had he done that. But they want to make it count, Clarendon, for their dominance at the moment. Because they will know in the back of their mind, that one goal may not be enough based on recent experience with Glenmuir. In fact, all the previous two games, it was 2-1. They won the first encounter in the semis, in the quarters, sorry, and 3-2 lost.
Again, Dixon just hounding Glenmuir into making mistakes. And Hull looking to deliver. Inside! At the back post is Ashley! They are storming Glenmuir High! And the winds are blowing in the direction of Chapelton, it seems, tonight. Ashley, that boy from Trenchtown, gets his third goal this season. And what a time for it to come!
In the big stage, a big moment. He wanted it a moment ago. He didn't get it. Inadvertently, it came to him. And boy, did he take it. He took it so well in the roof of the net. And I just said the wide areas for this man is a problem. And that's where it came from again. They have to deal with it. Not dealing with it well. And it started from Dixon. I love him so much as a player because he works so hard. With or without the ball, he forced that turnover. And here it is, Headley, not the quickest. And he was turned aside here by that step over. And Ashley, he lashed onto it. And he blasted it into the roof. And Clarendon College, the wind in their sails. And Chapelton will be alive if they can continue like this. Glenmuir just simply cannot live with them at this moment. Long way to go, but they're doing everything right, Clarendon.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. It feels hot tonight.
Oh, it's very, very hot, Donald. There's nothing cold about this Clarendon team. And if he's back in Glenmuir based on that kerchief around his neck, yeah, he's bemused, he's astonished, he is dumbfounded at the moment, not sure what hit him, Andrew Peart. But he'll just do well to get his team to calm themselves down. Just try and stem the tide in terms of the damage. Just stay within it for another 10 minutes or so, not conceding.
They must have anticipated it though, Dwight.
They have.
They must have.
Sometimes you know what someone can do, but when they do it so well, you can't stop it.
Here's CC once again. Ashley was trying to get it inside the area.
Yeah, trying again from the wide area. Donald, it's not, I'm no genius at this thing, but you can see it from last time I saw it out. And 1v1 outside, Clarendon is better than Glenmuir with their fullbacks. Glenmuir just have to get cover for those fullbacks. Edley, a player I'd work with at under 13 in Trelawney at my club, it's not blessed with pace. I played him at centre back, he's out on the left. has done well, but Clarendon really up for it. But the wide areas have to be protected. Much better for Glenmuir.
We can tell you that Glenmuir, they have their support tonight in numbers. Wherever you see red, that's them in the stands, and they're trying to urge their team on now. They need to respond. At the moment, it's difficult to do so. And this one is sent long.
There is something else about Clarendon, Donald, if you witness here now. Before this night, you probably would see them in that occasion look to pass it silky smooth out. They want to add a little grit and determination to their game. Not messing around, clearing their line and giving themselves the chance to press high. It's a different approach Glenmuir will have to adapt.
Glenmuir looking to go forward. Coopy in the way though for Clarendon College. Gordon will try again. Sends it out wide. Can something be manufactured here for Glenmuir? DeAndre Johnson couldn't get by Romario Thompson, and it goes the other way. And they're storming forward again. They're looking for a third. They'll get, well, it's just wide of the mark. I could have placed money on him scoring that one. I would have lost it. What an opportunity to possibly end this as a contest. Hull, wide of the mark though.
And yes, Donald, if you say it as a contest early, it's just telling you how Clarendon is going well. Got it all wrong, skewed wrong in terms of the touch. Dixon was screaming for it on the other side. But again, Donald, it was Edley out wide. It was Hull against him. It's from the wide areas again. And it's exposure for Glenmuir.
I thought Gooden got a touch on it, actually.
It didn't look so. It looks like on the instep, we're looking to poke it somewhat, or come off the instep, and he got it the outside of it rather than where he wanted it flush.
Here's a delightful ball inside, not clear properly, and the shot is blocked, and another attempt had to be magnificently saved by Gooden.
Well, Teacher Hyde is here for sure, and he's putting on a lesson. They said he was taught one by entrepreneur to his head of education at JFF. Well, the teacher has stepped into the classroom, and his lesson is being well received here.
Corner kick to Clarendon College. Referee Audit Hamilton having a word with a couple of the boys.
Yeah, on ending zone.
Opportunity again beckons. Deliver inside. Headed away. Another whistle on the play. Free kick.
Momentary car.
Yes.
But yeah, sometimes as a teacher you get assessed in the classroom. Well, I tell you what, Teacher Hyde's assessment so far is all A.
What could he have possibly told these boys before the start of this game?
You said you wanted a quarter of what you got the other night, Donald. But when both coaches did their post-game interview, I heard both of them saying we're going to have to be better than we were. No, Clarendon has managed that. Glenmuir may still yet do so. So we may still yet be in for what can be a magnificent game, because this player is yet to come to the party, allowed to come to the party, that is. And Kyle Gordon certainly is a quality player, and all he needs is a moment.
Headley goes long, a little bit too long.
I did call him and congratulate him. As I said, a youngster I've worked with, really like him as an individual. But he needs help. He needs help in terms of in those wide areas.
Again, the ball over the top. Shot from distance, good at the parry. Ambitious from Kaheem Dixon. but that's his middle name. And Ashley trying to beat his marker couldn't, and they'll go the other way. And he was light as a feather there, Cummings, but still gets the free kick in his favour.
Well, they said Hull didn't shoot much. Dixon always shoots, and that's normal for him to try and go for that, because this boy sees a picture every time before he shoots. He sees what he wants long before it's done. But yeah, Clarendon College shooting everyone. We've seen shot from Douglas, Dixon, Hull, Ashley, and I think the list isn't complete yet.
What can Gordon create here? Punts it inside the area. Still alive for Glenmuir. Ball high inside to Cummings. Over the top.
Yeah, you can see that his body shape wasn't so right for it. Trying to adjust himself to really get it on target, to try and worry Burrell in goal for Clarendon. And he too needs to have a good night, because the last game, he too, I think, was at fault. Good a free kick as it was from Gordon, I felt he made an error initially. Not saying he would have stopped it, but didn't really help himself.
Couldn't thread that through. So many players in the middle of the park for Clarendon College, and they switch the play to Hull. Green with the overlapping run. Hull through the middle. It's a chance. Inside, looking for Dixon. And look at Dixon trying to win it back. Well, Cummings has been manhandled so far. Here he is, trying to be slippery. He is. Can't get by a third though. Last touch off Cummings, through into Clarendon College.
Yeah, there's a steeliness about Clarendon College there, and Coupe on that occasion. It's so often done as a player on the park or a coach. Moments like those, it's not just goal that gets you going, but a firm, clean challenge with some purpose behind it can really get your boys going.
Every time they go forward, they look dangerous, Clarendon College. And here's an attempt from distance. Gooden with the save. Looked a little bit awkward, but it was effective in the end. Gordon gets it for Glenmuir. Now they're trying to switch the play to Cummings, and it's nodded behind by Francis. Nodded into touch. Still no smile from Lenny Hyde. He means business. Clarendon College with 8 shots so far, 5 of which have been on target.
Well, they mean business for sure.
This one played inside. A chance here surely for Glenmuir. Oh, he's missed it. O'Rain Watson has missed a massive chance for Glenmuir to get back in the contest. How has he done it?
Well, in the Champions Cup, you said it wasn't Clarendon College's night because they missed some gilt-edged chances. Well, maybe it's just not Glenmuir's night, at least not yet. Because, yeah, you expect that one to nestle in the top corner. And once he cut inside and Hodges was beating all ends up, yeah, you were looking for the net to just bulge. Yeah, he's perfectly the man, or the perfect man that Glenmuir wanted to really get that chance to try and half the deficit.
Oh, that's a lovely ball through. And here is Dixon. Dixon! Dixon! Still Dixon! Trenchtown is looking. Shepperton is looking. And CC's number 13 gets 30 on the season. A landmark goal in the showpiece finale. And Clarendon College, oh my word, What a statement in the DaCosta Cup final. 3-0.
Massive, massive statement. Character is at the highest level here. Having lost 3-2 in the Champions Cup, they have turned up tonight to show that there is nothing close between these two teams, at least not on this night. I saw a goal just recently from Ozil with the composure, the coolness to dance around defenders as if they don't exist, goalkeepers included. And when he slotted that one in, Glenmuir must have felt that that is the DaCosta Cup gone, as he has gone with the corner flag as well. Certainly, Clarendon College running away with it.
His father, a goalkeeper from Boys Town, surely would have participated in days where his son would have beaten him over and over in backyard practice. He will be pleased by the finishing expertise displayed by his son tonight in this DaCosta Cup final.
I think that man in our picture, Donald, would struggle to stop the shots that he has put on tonight, Dixon. He's a good goalkeeper, yeah, but that's just telling you the level that Dixon is performing at tonight. And we spoke about people like Whisper last season in goal-scoring exploit. This boy is doing great stuff.
And they're not stopping Clarendon College. And we're what, just halfway the first half? A strong challenge coming in on Cummings. He has been in the wars tonight, and Hodges is getting a yellow card for the challenge.
Yeah, early in the game too, you just spoke about the minutes that he's getting it, and you think for a centre-back that's dangerous, but because his team is doing well, not quite sure. Dr. Omar Davis, former Minister of Finance, in a colour closer to Glenmuir. I'm not sure, but more so Arnett Gardens. That's his colour anyway, so I'm not going to say he's back in Glenmuir, but he's pretty much pleased with what he's seen, a man who loves his football. But yeah, Hodges, 3 goals up, you feel he can get away. And maybe thinking that he'll send a word to the coaches and say, look, I don't interfere in things, but hey, this boy Dixon needs a look in. Maybe that's what Ricketts, JFF president and the boss, is thinking about. Some may say he can't think about that. He has an election to think about.
Ball played inside the area as Glenmuir trying to get a goal back in this one. And the Clarendon College looking to break free again.
Donald, I beg to ask the question, me of myself in my head, maybe it's rhetorical, but you know, Clarendon College's performance the other night wasn't that bad, but didn't have the spark in it. I wonder if there's a tinge of complacency that had crept into their game, and thinking that, yeah, all the talk about being unbeaten and the treble, I might have just come a little bit flat.
Challenge coming in was necessary from Brandon Wallace. What does he say to his team? He looks composed from the sidelines, Andrew Peart.
Maybe you're thinking, stay at 3 and then I can tell them they score 3 so we can too.
Here's the overlapping run. The ball inside the area, looking for Ashley. Lovely. Looking for the give and go. It's not giving. And it didn't go where he wanted it in the end, Malachi Douglas. But they're firing from all areas of the park.
And so often you see games like this and you say it's one-sided, it's boring. Not so the case, because the team that is dominating here is really put on a good show as well. So even if you're looking at them alone, my word, they're really, really exciting the fans. He doesn't look that excited, yeah, but
I think most people are shocked with what's happening.
Maybe that's it, Daniel, just shocked. If it were to go 4 here, I mean,
here's the corner kick, and Gooden, I think did it shave the woodwork?
I think it might have skimmed some paint off of it.
Gooden would say he had it covered.
Clarendon College seemingly have this game covered at the moment.
So Glenmuir would have to make sure that they don't concede anymore and then try to chip away little by little. 57 goals in his schoolboy football career. He's affiliated with Arnett Gardens, by the way, Hakeem Dixon.
Suggesting that we might see him there.
Who knows,
his play.
Who knows what will happen?
But those numbers are staggering, Donald. 57, half a century and more. And so often in previous teams, he has been the bridesmaid. He's the main man in this team for sure.
He is. Ashley was trying to get that one inside. They're making a statement with their challenges as well, too.
That's what I'm saying, Donald.
They're putting fear,
yes,
or at least they're trying to put fear in the hearts of these Glenmuir boys.
Yeah, they're coming here tonight with quality, but also with aggression, measured aggression, that is, controlled aggression. And they've recognized that sometimes a guile alone is just not enough. And you need some steeliness about you.
Download the SportsMax app today from either the Google Play Store or the App Store. Where do they go from here? Glenmuir, time is ticking slowly for them. Green, now Douglas. Ball given away. Opportunity for Glenmuir. Ball played out wide. Can they get back in this one? Fabulous save by Roche Burrell, denying Cummings.
Yeah, big save there. Massive save, and that's what I said about Clarendon. Through the middle sometimes can be a bit fragile.
Here's Dixon. Was trying to curl that one, took a deflection. Corner kick. Third corner kick coming up for Clarendon College. Corner kick for Clarendon College. That's a delightful ball inside. Again at the back post, and the whistle goes. Was there a handled ball in the area? Maybe. Glenmuir, though, they have a little reprieve.
Yeah, and yeah, there we see a shot again from Omar Davis, Dr. Omar Davis. And yes, Arnett Gardens colours close, but how could I forget? Former Glenmuir man as well. So maybe that's why the look was on his face earlier.
Well, you're right, he is affiliated with Arnett Gardens. Obviously not the man in charge, but
yeah,
there has to be a Rice smile in there somewhere. That's his boy scoring the goals, so to speak.
So he's got him into not getting anything.
Yeah.
There or thereabout, yeah.
There is the Trench Town youngster, affiliated with Arnett Gardens.
And right now, is there a better finisher in schoolboy football? I dare say no, not at this moment.
Green was trying to get that ball inside. He has put in a number of overlapping runs over on that far side. It's another corner kick to CC.
They want to put this game to bed from this first half. They're looking for more goals. They want to score more. I think that's what Glenmuir should be all about. Yes, chances big like the one they got earlier they need to take, but they have to defend stoutly. They have to concentrate. And Clarendon, the drumming. Some Glenmuir drummers are here and they're going as well.
Corner kick, looking for Hodges. Headed behind, it's another corner for Clarendon College.
And with all of that, Donald, 3-0. And yes, there's a corner kick coming up for Clarendon. And Glenmuir, in all of this, as well as Clarendon have played, Glenmuir, they got 2 really good opportunities in this one.
Imagine if they had converted those chances.
Yeah, first one went to O'Reilly Watson.
Ball inside the area, held on by Gooden.
And they were made to pay immediately from that miss from O'Reilly Watson, because Dixon went up the park and scored.
How many times have we seen that in football?
Exactly, from off that play, the break-up and the turnover. So yeah, the physical side of the game, Clarendon College certainly bringing it to Glenmuir. Still studious, still pensive. That's a look on his face to say, look, I'm in for the kill here. He was hurt by that Champions Cup loss, and all that has been said after that, and the plaudits that were given to Glenmuir. He wants it all back.
There's a kick to the edge of the box, repelled by Clarendon College, and then the audacious effort from way out.
And Clarendon College, his fans here meeting that with disapproval. And that's not to say, when I say wants all the plaudits back, that Glenmuir didn't deserve or they got on the night, because they certainly played well. And they were pretty much the main star in a classical encounter.
But what we've seen here tonight, I saw glimpses of it in that Champions Cup final when they went down to 10 players.
Precisely.
The aggression that they showed, the chances they created, I saw the signs from early from that game.
And I did speak about it on the zone when I was asked my opinion on it. I felt they were the better team when they were down to 10. And the intensity was great.
Cummings ran out of steam.
And I mentioned at before the start of the game that what they need was possession with direction and purpose. It's not the passing around at will of Clarendon College that we've seen just for passing sake, as tiki-taki they say. This is with purpose and direction. Every time they're getting it, they're looking to break lines most often than not. And if they do pass it sideways, it's because they want to shift someone out of position, like that.
Yep, that was a shift. And Green continues his run and gets it. Well, didn't quite get it. A little bit too heavy, but they're having fun out there tonight.
Yeah, they can smile about it, leading 3-0 to nil. But again, it's the wide areas. And now Glenmuir seemingly have gotten help outside. Clarendon counters that with just having overloads as well. Runners coming from deep. So they're not leaving those wide areas. And why should they anyway? All 3 goals have some touch of wide play in it. Clarendon long may this half continue. We just have about 10 minutes to go for Glenmuir. That half-time whistle can't come soon enough. But they have stemmed the tide. It was 3 goals in 22 or so minutes. Probably 2 in 10. So yeah. Some semblance of achievement for Glenmuir.
just wondering how they're going to plot their way back into this one. I really am.
Well, they're on the sideline now, plotting. Peart and his coaching team, yeah, they're having some discussions about what can be done.
Well, they've lost it, and that one almost went through.
Vital touch by Headley.
Yep.
And again, another of my point just played out there. I said Clarendon College in the last game, the Champions Cup, was a little bit too easy through the middle. Not aggressive enough. With the ball, great. Without the ball, really not doing much work. And there we saw turnover. Force, again. And Dixon really was involved in that. White not getting any time on it. And Gordon, we haven't seen much of him either. So, yeah, doing their work inside there, and I did mention it as a part of my plan point for the game that needed to happen for Clarendon and Glenmuir. Clarendon doing their part in what I said, Glenmuir not so.
Ashley goes through the middle. He's onside. Can he finish? It's off the post. Well, they wanted him to shoot more. He's shooting more in this final. He's still looking for the goal, Christopher Hull.
Antoine Gooden, I want to see if I could give him some credit here in terms of how he came and closed down and maybe just narrowed the angle a little bit here for Hull.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and maybe Hull could have gone for the chip. And yeah, I touched it onto the post. But yeah, maybe Hull could have gone for the chip because Gooden had gone a little bit low early. But he was looking for the far corner, not blaming him much because that was a good... Yeah, but gone over in the year because Gooden had gone down. A chip or a shot in the roof like Ashley might have sufficed.
Hull again to Douglas. Sends it out wide. On his left. Green aims for 4, and that's a goal! It's Ashley! Jamel Boudou-Ashley gets his second of the game! And it's an exclamation mark again in this final of the DaCosta Cup. It is so easy. And Clarendon College, they reign in Kingston tonight. Surely there's no way back.
I dare join you, Donald. I don't see a way back. And I don't want to sound repetitive or a scratch record. But again from the wide areas. And the cross will come in. Yeah, overloads, runners from deep. Here comes the crossing, unmarked, and the header goes in. Not really genius work from the year, but just that it is plain to see that's where Clarendon is destroying Glenmuir tonight. We call it, and it's happening. Done and dusted, Donald. Done and dusted, I dare say. And if they were to come back, Glenmuir, it beats out all the comeback I've seen at any level in football. And Liverpool is my team, and they came back from Street of Champions. If they come back, I put it above that.
that would be something. Yeah, it will be the greatest match in the history of the sport if Glenmuir gets back into this one. Cummings trying to start the comeback. The captain is looking for options, Gordon. And look who's back there doing defensive work.
I dare say we have seen some really big comebacks. Liverpool did it against Barcelona, but they needed another 90 minutes. There's not another one for Glenmuir tonight. This is the end of the series between them, the 2023 series.
That's banged into the stands.
And the reason I say if they do come back, Donald, and I think you agree with me, it's not just the scoreline. It's the manner in which Clarendon College is playing. And if Glenmuir doesn't really do anything in this first half, we still have 5 minutes to go. If it goes 5, based on what we're seeing before our eyes, it could just go to 5. Well, a DaCosta Cup final did go to 5. It was Garvin Maceo against Mannings.
Yep. And looking back at the game, you would have said that it was probably half expected. Oh, that's a late challenge.
And an easy yellow card for the Hamilton. To call that is not her card.
Yeah, Glenmuir had really produced a show in beating Mannings. And as we confirmed the yellow card to Romaria Thompson, there was a lot of conversation in the aftermath of that final that, you know, Mannings were fortunate to have gone through the rounds as they did and then reached the final and would have been outplayed. But based on the setup of this match, this scoreline is a shocker.
Not expecting this at 42 minutes in this contest. Can they just get a glimmer of hope here? Headley, we know he has good deliveries.
There's a delivery from Headley. Here's a shot from Gordon.
Yeah, and that's what happened when you've been out of the game for too long in terms of this encounter tonight. Really has been shepherded a lot by Clarendon. Much more steel in the middle. Something that, as I said, was missing in the last game, had to be improved, and they have done that. And Gordon, White, really been muzzled here by Clarendon.
CC again. Touched out wide by Green. That goes into touch. It's going to be a throw into Clarendon College.
Headley knows he's not going to win a foot race, not the quickest, so he had to make the challenge, and he timed that one well. There's just a lot of things for him to correct. Will he have enough time tonight to do all of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to tell the boys in the dressing room after this. Green tried to cut it back, but his team will get the corner.
Well, Andrew Pierre can start with what I heard Rafa Benitez said. He did tell Liverpool when they were 3-0 down to Milan. He said he went to the changing room. He pretty much says, let's not be embarrassed tonight. Let's try and stem the flow, and let's see if we can do a little bit. But let's start there first. And they got a shot deflected, went in, and that was it.
Corner kick. Really is composed there, Rudel Francis. Dancing to the tune of their own drums in the stands and on the field, Clarendon College.
Yeah, it's like a dance. Brazilians say they play like they're dancing samba. They have the yellow on, Clarendon.
I don't expect a whole lot of stoppages here. Ball lifted inside the area, the header deflected and wide of the mark. The deflection took it wider.
I think Ashley might have gotten in Dixon's way, but they're both on 2 goals, so maybe who's first to hat-trick? On the exploits of Dixon, I'd say he's prime, but on the evidence of their performances tonight, I can't separate.
Here's the corner kick. CC recovering it. Francis ball inside the area. Clearance made. Thompson sends it inside to Douglas. Douglas out wide. Hull does well. Tried to reconnect with that one, went into orbit. But Clarendon College, they are in orbit. What a stunning display we've seen in this first half. Dixon has come to the party with a couple of goals. Jamel Ashley also is at the party with a couple of goals. The Trenchtown boys are doing it for the team from Chapelton. And Glenmuir, they have to talk it over. Lenny's face is like, I'm into no long talking. Last time we saw these teams, they had put on a spectacle, both of them together. Well, the spectacle is being showcased by one team so far tonight. The defending champions, hoping to be champions again, and for the 11th time, Clarendon College, they lead Glenmuir High by, get this, 4 goals to 0. Lots to look ahead to on the home of champions, including the Jamaica Premier League. Live on Sunday, don't behold it against Tivoli Gardens, 3:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 4:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. And then right after that, Waterhouse will do battle with Portmore United, 6 p.m., 7 in the Eastern Caribbean. Then, of course, on Monday, Malines United up against Harbourview, 5 o'clock Jamaica time, 6 ECT. And as far as Monday Night Football is concerned, Cavalier against Mount Pleasant. It's a big one, 7:30 p.m., 8:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. You can catch that on SportsMax 2, as well as on the SportsMax app. Welcome back. You're seeing correctly if you're just joining us. The defending champions, Clarendon College, leading Glenmuir High School by 4 goals to 0. We didn't quite expect what we're seeing tonight. Didn't anticipate it. It's been a shellacking so far. We're on the way for the start of the second half. Glenmuir High in red, seeking a miracle.
Yeah, and indeed it would be a miracle if they were to come back, Donald. That's one of the best half of schoolboy football we've seen for a very, very long time. And we're in some discussion with some of my colleagues off here, and in agreement, yeah, it was just wow. A one-sided game that you could still say it was classical. The movement.
Change was made by Glenmuir. I think Denzel Watson is the one who's taken off.
Yeah, he's the one. And 22 came in, Blackwood. But I was saying it was one of the best, probably the best I've seen in terms of schoolboy football, a half, in terms of how it is played and the movement, the aggression, the silky passing and the finishing. And I dare say, we spoke glowingly about Whisper last season, and anything you said about him, I could say, you take those phrases, just take his name out like a standard letter and drop Dixon in there, because he has been that good for this season. And 57 goals. And to think Donald is on 30 and they took 7 away from him, having scored those against Kellets, who were banned, but he actually scored them. So on the field of play, 37 goals. That would have sent it to 64. His tally officially, that would have been it. That's staggering for this man.
Glenmuir looking for a staggering performance in this second half. They need it. Francis down the middle, trying to find O'Rain Watson, who had a massive chance in the first half. Could have been 2-1 at that time had he converted. Seconds later, it was 3-0. Dixon, who had scored that third goal, looking for another. Wouldn't behind it.
So often you have players, when they get to this big stage, they don't turn up. The occasion gets the better of them. You play a final every day. This boy scores. He's ready. Players like those, as coaches, you don't say much to them. His work rate without the ball as well.
Oh yes.
It's another facet of his game that you just have to marvel at. So often you see people score a goal and they feel like they're prima donnas. No, he works.
Scouts, especially in Europe, would love that.
Exactly, because the strikers are not. They tick the box. How do you win duels? How many duels you won? How many turnovers you created? You will see player going down there for Clarendon.
Yeah, looks like Hull. Has a lot of bandage on him already, Christopher Hull.
Certainly hasn't stopped him from trying to score tonight.
Well, Francis was pulled back here, and the yellow card, will it come out? Yes, it will, and it's shown to Brandon Wallace. This is why. Pretty obvious,
yep.
Pretty straightforward.
Pitcher told a story there.
Green finding Dixon, looking for the return, but it's played out wide to Hull. It wasn't the best path back to Green.
Yeah, I was expecting Green to be on his bike there, more like a bicycle. Wasn't getting there in time. But yeah, you could see what he wanted to do, the overload, and it has worked for Clarendon, so why not go for it again? Glenmuir needs a goal. They need it to happen for them fast. They need all of 4 at least to go to penalties. This man hasn't seen enough of the ball at all.
They've done a good job on him, I feel.
Yeah, very good job. As I said, they stepped up their work rate without the ball in the middle of the park. I felt he had a lot of time to operate just 10 yards outside the 18 box, top the 18 box in the Champions Cup. I was able to pick a pass, pick his head up and pick a pass. Not so tonight. And his other colleague in the middle there, Jason White, also Glenmuir's number 5, not being able to do much.
Cummings couldn't get that ball through. But he did win it back, Orain Watson, and was trying to get his teammate involved. Unsuccessful.
And they've really made their physical superiority against the likes of Cummings count. So every time he gets on it, they don't hesitate to get physical. He's having to evade, and even if he gets past one, there's another 2 or 3 coming to give him a nudge and destabilize him. That they have done well as well. Numerical superiority, qualitative superiority in terms of getting your best players on the weaker person, but also that's physical superiority, the matchups.
Here's White. Ball played out wide. Can he be kept in play? No.
Yeah, one of the first time he's really got the chance to lift his head up White and make that pass, but overcooked it. A little bit anxious, maybe. You do it better when you're more composed and you're in a position not of distress. And Japier, they must have had to show signs that he's still believing.
Well, they had to come out with some fight. Maybe a little bit too much aggression here on the part of Ramon Francis. Glenmuir trying to thread something through. Another opportunity here along the flank through Cummings. And again, bundled off the ball. He's found the turf a number of times tonight. Francis goes long to the edge of the box, and Clarendon College, they have it easy. Poked forward, and Dixon has it. Dinks it inside. Clarendon College looking for another. Ashley was so close there to getting another.
Yeah, looking for the hat-trick there.
Here's Hull. Back to Cupie. Hodges. Rogel Francis now. That's a delightful ball. Glenmuir escape. Cummings again. Slipped inside. That pass needed a little bit more power. Francis taking no chances, but they've given up possession. Glenmuir again. It's Kyle Gordon. Gordon couldn't get by a second challenge. You can still hear the Glenmuir support as they try and urge their team along.
Yeah, there's a set of drummers just below a commentary point here, and they haven't stopped banging on those, really having a nice rhythm. It's that Glenmuir hasn't matched it on the park. Still trying though.
Cummings. Deflected out wide now to Gordon. Couldn't get by Green.
Yeah, they didn't like that clearance, Clarendon. Felt that there needed to be more composure. They've seen a little bit more from their team in this second half. Those first 12 minutes or so. That won't be enough though, but that's a start. And if they were going to score, then they would need to up their performance, and it's been a bit better.
Douglas for CC. Cummings through the middle. And a third. Cummings! Wonderful block by Devontae Hodges.
Yeah, that was dangerous for Hodges. Remember, he's on a yellow card. Got it in the 23rd minute. Couldn't dive in there, just waited and waited.
Here is Hull trying to place that one through. Douglas couldn't quite capitalize on that occasion. But Clarendon College, they have been patient in the second half. They were frenetic. They bulldozed their way. And in a sense, they were also quite precise, but a little bit more of the art of precision we see in this second half by Clarendon College. They surely don't want Glenmuir to get back into this contest. And that means that they would have to be a little bit more responsible with the ball.
Yeah, we could see them trying to do it there in the first half, as we see Glenmuir having a player down, needing some attention from the medics. But as we saw just now, them trying to pass out from the back, trying to adjust the tempo with which they go forward, Clarendon College. Didn't see that in the first half, and that was deliberate as well. They wanted to really move the ball quickly, to shift players out of position, make those vertical passes. And the second half now with 4 goals to the good, at times just looking to take the sting out of Glenmuir's attack. And they did come out, the Glenmuir fans.
And some of the Glenmuir fans obviously just wearing the colour red. We see a couple of Manchester United fans in there as well, and they've had a terrible day so far.
Yes, so I said, why did you bring that up? And then if I talk about it, you're saying I deliberately didn't bring any of it up.
And what was the scoreline?
I think it was 4 that scored, but they only got 3. Yeah, right. So 3-0 against Manchester United. It could have been 4.
So if you're a Glenmuir fan and a Manchester United fan, commiserations.
Luckily, you're only one. Fan of one.
They've been outstanding tonight, though, Clarendon College. They really have been.
It's Donald, I dare say, and I've said it earlier, it's one of the best half I've seen a schoolboy football play. And I would struggle in my memory bank to say, okay, this one was better. This was just jaw-dropping. There was no way. He's sitting comfortably there, and I stood up pretty much literally through the entire first half. It's like Lenny I says, I have a statement to make. As if he had to. He has won everything at all levels. But still, that's good when you feel, even with your years of experience of doing this, something that gets to you that you feel you still need to make a point.
I suspect if he's not already, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame soon as far as one of the greatest schoolboy football coaches in Jamaica.
Yeah, don't see any reason why not. And you know what? Sometimes they say you have to be pragmatic. He's one of those coaches that he believes in his philosophy, his style. He's living and dying by it. When he loses like he did against Glenmuir in the Champions Cup, he's not going back and saying I'm going to change. I best he tell his players we're just going to do better. Do what we do better. Find ways to do it better.
White. Cummings has tons of space, lays it across, and it goes across the line eventually. Maybe O'Reilly Watson will get the credit, maybe he got the final touch, but Glenmuir, they have a goal back in the DaCosta Cup final. And is there a glimmer of hope in this Glenmuir team?
Well, hope has come in the form of a goal. And again, through the middle and then wide. And yeah, a own goal in the end, it looks like. Look like it did. Yeah, looks like an own goal. The number 20 for Glenmuir. Mario Thompson from Clarendon College, sorry. Yeah, he's saying it came off him inadvertently. But maybe sometimes that's all you need to create a spark, an explosion. And the recovery job is on. But it's a long way back. It's still a long way back.
You can download the SportsMax app. You can do it right now, actually, from the Google Play or the App Store. And keep in touch with all things that's happening on the Home of Champions. But wow, what a game. Glenmuir with a lifeline with less than half an hour to go.
So 2 changes for Glenmuir now. Eight has come out. They have 11.
Yeah, DeAndre Johnson is being replaced by Nyron Allen on the right-hand side.
And Aurel Miller has come in as well for their number 3, Brandon Wallace.
Well, that's an attacking change.
Yeah.
Miller, I believe, has 7 goals this season. Glenmuir getting a second goal would be really interesting.
Yeah, really, really interesting.
Ball played inside. Can they respond immediately? Shot from Dixon was blocked. Ashley was trying to beat his marker.
Or will that goal just spark Clarendon again back into life? That's another gear, maybe going into 5th gear, having used up 4.
Ball nodded in the direction of Cummings. What a fighter he has been tonight. To John Cummings. Dixon keeps on running. I don't think he likes conceding as well, Lily Hyde.
No, would have loved a clean sheet here.
Green. A bit stopping from Hull. Was there a handle ball there? Play continues. CC on it. Ashley trying to win it and does. Now here's a shot from distance! They come roaring back! Glenmuir gets into the thick of things now! And what a strike! And another exclamation! Clarendon College 5-1 now over Glenmuir High.
Yeah, we talk about fifth gear. Well, that is a fifth gear with a big exclamation on it. As if to say, whatever you do, we're not going away tonight, and we are spectacularly better, because that was a thumping drive. Everything behind it, a perfect 10 of a strike. Yep, swerved away from goalkeeper Gooden. No chance, absolutely no chance with that one. Saw it from a distance, but couldn't react in time. And that's a handful. Clarendon College has been a handful for Glenmuir. And look, Donald, that clearance almost hit over your computer just now. That's with purpose. And we're perched all the way at the top tier in the National Stadium here. Exclamation with goal, exclamation with clearance. And look how quickly they responded.
Yeah. It's almost as if the minutes before that they were just playing with their food.
Yeah, it's like they've said, okay, let's control the game. And you go ahead and scored. That was a rasping drive, trust me. It was a drive with purpose. Yeah, hit it hard, you did. He struck that. You ever seen a football hit that hard? Well, Schoolboy level, it will be up there with anyone. 2-10s close by. That's a goal Gordon would be proud of.
I believe so too. Jason White behind it. Goes for goal himself. Ooh, that's wide of the mark. There was power in that shot.
Yeah, Burrell was concerned, if not worried. Maybe was happy to see it go behind. Let's see the swing of the head. Yeah, like our cricketer at the crease, just when they nicked it, the head goes around quite quickly to see where it's gone. Burrell was anxious there just now. But how do you respond now? Glenmuir, they scored a goal, they felt there was a chance in it. They went over, had a good chat with their coach.
Made changes,
and then, bam, Clarendon scored. And you're back to where you were before you scored. 4 goals behind, rather.
Here they come, Glenmuir. Yeah, just ran out of real estate in the end, Aurel Miller. Not hearing a word he was saying.
Whatever he's saying Clarendon is the best.
And Dixon may be the best among them. Goes inside the box, wins it back. Opportunity.
And he's so unselfish as well, Donald. That's another attribute. We talk about his goal scoring prowess, his work rate, and his unselfish play.
And he's on the verge of a hat-trick.
Yeah. That's worrying for Glenmuir, and he looks like he wants it. Dixon, that is. They probably might be looking even for 6 as well, because they lost the Champions Cup and they would want to say to them, look, yeah, you've won that, and yeah, it's a cup we wanted to win nonetheless, but we are better, we are much better than you when we really turn up to play.
I think they're aiming for the much better, actually.
Yes.
White does well. Cummings with the release.
Have to give him credit though, Cummings.
Gordon. Again, a strong challenge coming in. From Hodges again.
Yeah, we're saying you have to give Cummings a lot of credit. He's one of the smallest man, if not the smallest player on the park, but he hasn't stopped fighting.
The nephew of the former national striker Omar Cummings, Tejan. So there is literally football in his blood.
Yeah.
And you speak about a football family. You remember the Wolves that would have plied their trade in the Premier League? A cousin of that family as well.
Woolery and the others.
Yep. Keneal. Yep.
The keeper down for Clarendon. He has not had much to do tonight. And he was one of the weak points for them in the Champions Cup. Not just the mistake on the third goal, but like I said before that, also felt could have done a little bit better in other areas. But when you have the football like Clarendon has tonight as a goalkeeper, you don't get much work to do.
Corner kick coming up for Clarendon College. Chance for Hull to deliver. There it comes. Oh, he was looking for the spectacular. Glenmuir again.
I guess after scoring that, there's nothing you feel you can't do.
Gordon sends it out wide. Miller is waiting inside. Comes across to Miller. Miller again! Gets his 8th of the campaign. Glenmuir may be down, but they're not out. They still believe they have a trophy to fight for.
Certainly they do, and that's what you want from a finalist. Worthy of a finalist they are, because despite being overpowered, overrun, 5 goals conceded, they continue to plow along. And again started from their skipper, who played it out wide. Clarendon didn't deal with the cross, the deflection, and then the head of Miller, and then down to his feet, and he slotted that one home. Easy finish in the end, but a well-worked goal for Glenmuir. And it's again down to 3. Do they have enough time? Can Clarendon go again? Maybe Burrell should have come and claim. We were just talking about him and how he did not have much to do. And they contemplated, do we throw 3 up front? I saw the finger coming up, but on that one, Burrell, the cross coming inside, the deflection did not help him. But just maybe when called into question, he at times have posed even more questions. Make no mistake, Glenmuir, they are a decent team. Clarendon is just, at the moment, 75 minutes gone. Not in that league tonight.
Francis getting the attention now.
Yeah. We'll see what they'll do when the game resumes, and hopefully it's not too serious for him. But you feel on a night like tonight, Clarendon just keep having more gears in reserve. going off on the stretcher. Never a good sign.
8 goals this season, Oral Miller. Coming off the bench for tonight's DaCosta Cup final.
You go to a football game to see goals, ultimately 7 of them tonight, and for the most part 6 of them have been really good goals.
Kahim Dixon lining up another.
And just like that, they look like scoring again. Just can't see the threat going away significantly enough for Glenmuir to really come back.
20 shots by Clarendon College, 10 of which have been on target. And now he's on his feet.
And 5 of which have gone into the goal, so working at 50% tonight, and 50% is still good enough.
Here's a speculative effort that's back of the mark, and Roche Burrell being a little bit dramatic. Daniel Clark has come on for Woodgell Francis as Clarendon College make another change.
Yeah, like for like, one full back for another.
CC again. Hull with a loose pass was looking to find his teammate Dixon. Ball over the top, but who's back there? Romario Thompson. Throw-in taken. Well, they haven't been able to clear properly. Miller trying to get a foot in. Goodness me, if they get a 3rd goal now, though.
It'll make it very, very interesting. Clarendon, despite their dominance, have looked suspect at times at the back in dealing with the high balls played in and clearance. Sometimes just getting in each other's way.
Gordon. Ashley doing no wrong with that challenge. They're trying to find Dixon, the Lone Ranger up front at this point in time for Clarendon College. Ashley now penalized.
Minutes or so to find 3 goals, Glenmuir.
Well, this is from way out. Here's an attempt that's on target, held on.
Yeah, Edley with that strike. Can't fault them. They want to get back. They have goals to make up.
Too strong.
Yep.
New Money Blackwood goes into Audit Hamilton's book.
Yeah, substitute. Just a little bit too strong, knowing they have a lot to try and peg back. Knows that they cannot afford to be light in their challenge when it's 50-50 or so.
Clark. QP. His performance tonight understated. Green to Hull. Hull's dink inside. Goes out for a goal kick to Glenmuir. Thompson on this occasion finding the bleachers again. Douglas winning it well. Clark.
And this is where we'll see if they can manage it well. Managing the game is what they'll try and do now in terms of possession, Clarendon.
Hull. Douglas. It was going to be a difficult pass. He was attempting.
Maybe should have gone wide, but I guess it's not easy just coming out of that mode, but it's about managing the game now. They started this game about possession with purpose and direction, and so Douglas looking to make that penetrative pass when keeping possession might have been what he would have preferred at this moment, because Glenmuir needs the ball to hurt Clarendon, to make it interesting in this final stage here.
Here they come, CC. Looking for a 6. They'll settle for the corner kick for now.
Oh, will they look for the 6th?
They're still buzzing.
There's a bad crowd on. You see the bleachers as well.
Corner kick coming in. So many bodies inside the area. Wonderful by Glenmuir. Ativo Green. Christopher Hull. Keon Cupie. Back out to Green. Green's ball inside, first time attempt, blocked.
I think it was a substitute, Daniel Clark. That was up there, was it? No. Thought he had ventured so high, but no, not him.
Hull. Lovely. To the byline he goes, pulls it back, and it's dragged wide by the skipper, Malachi Douglas. Clarendon College so close to getting a 6th there.
Just needs to knock that one straight. He looks to the Evans, but nothing the Evans did about that, Douglas. It was all you. The gods were just watching. Yeah, just misdirect that one. But yeah, at this stage, we see substitutions coming up again for Clarendon late in the game. Their number 18 looking to make an entrance. Jennings is the player.
Yeah, Keanu Jennings. Glenmuir in the other direction, Miller.
But the entire Clarendon team has performed tonight, and definitely we don't have to deal with the team of the night because ISSA will dish out the trophies for that. We just have to look at the player of the night this game, and there's been some outstanding performances as well. I mean, Agis from the back got a yellow card early, but has really not put a foot wrong for the most part. Working up the park, QP, an unsung hero, but has been there or thereabout. Hull has been in the mix much better tonight, as I felt he needed to be. Douglas was a part of the second or third goal, I think, but standing at the first goal, that is, but standing at the top of the pile is, I think, Ashley and Dixon. And while Ashley has 2 goals, 2 assists, Dixon also, despite not having the assist, he has worked hard, and the turnover was initiated by him and so wouldn't count as an assist, but it all started from his pressing. Worth an assist, you feel. And he just set the tone with his work rate and all.
I thought he did.
Yeah, I just think the way he went about it up front, the pressing, the linking up, the finishing, and to give Clarendon the ascendancy just 2 minutes in with the finish. You know, for me, I have him as my pick.
I'm not going to argue with you there, not at all. As you have said,
and it's a final, he's missed the final.
So,
yeah, as I said, so shall it be.
It's now time for the SportsMax at moment of the game. Dixon's involvement here and finish. So cool, calm, collected inside the box. He's really missed the final. He really is Mr. Final. 2 goals in this one, and really sending Clarendon College through to another title, another DaCosta Cup crown.
One of the things I think too, when you look back at that goal you just described in the SportsMax that moment, Donald, it reminded me Clarendon College, it's closer to the goal, but just the things he did and the players he got past. Dijon Richards, Whisper here. Dijon Richards going past 3 or 4 Clarendon players and then striking from a distance. Yeah, the distance, yes. Not saying it's exactly the same, but the way he weaved himself away from players there, and the finish was assured from Dixon. And while my producer may say, you know, I wouldn't argue with Ashley.
Henry comes on the park to replace Cummings. Not a lot of time remaining in stoppages. Midway through stoppage time here. I think they're still looking for more, Clarendon College. Dixon. Oh, nicely done. Dixon looking for a hat-trick and gets it! A master of his craft. Kakeem Dixon with a hat-trick in the DaCosta Cup final. You won't forget him after this. 31 goals on the season. This is his time, and it's Clarendon College's time. A performance of an age from Dixon and Clarendon College tonight.
Yes, he's a player of this age, this season for sure, because whatever has been done before him, he has matched it. You say 31 goals, add those 7 taken away from him, and you get 38. That is how good he has been this season. And everything, and I keep going back to it, the best this season for sure, and comparable with any other seasons that boys has dominated. Just look at him weaving his way again. It's not just his finishing, his work rate, his unselfish plays, but that was a love made in heaven between boots and football. It just wouldn't leave him, no matter what. No bubble or anything could cause that ball to separate itself from his boot until he decided to unleash. That's the player of the game, without doubt, the player of the season, without doubt, and probably the best striker we've seen for a long, long time, or a complete player.
Let there be 6. And that was 6. They're waiting on it. And the moment has come. Scintillating, brilliant, astonishing. It's a performance from football heaven, led by Kakeem Dixon. DaCosta Cup title, number 11 for Clarendon College. A performance that has shaken football Jamaica. We will never forget what we have witnessed here at the Mecca of Jamaica's football. Clarendon College, DaCosta Cup champions, indeed DaCosta Cup kingpins for 2023.
Definitely, Donald, that's the best performance I've seen. And the good thing about it is that we have the chance to see them one more time in the Olivia Shield on Wednesday. Yes, because a handful they were and more. 6 goals to the good. A statement as to say, we are the best. And they'll have a chance to say it against Mona. Beware. The yellow-blue juggernaut is back, well-tuned, and is rolling along.
6-2, the final score, Clarendon College over Glenmuir High. And what a performance we have seen tonight. They were pressing the life out of Glenmuir in the early stages of this one, with lovely football being played. Dixon starting out the drama pretty early in this one.
He was beautiful, just exquisite. That was just one of 3, the first of 3 rather. And if you question anything, don't question his finishing. And then you learn later his work rate is also good.
They didn't stop running, they didn't stop pressing. Look at this press from Dixon, forcing the error. We spoke about nerves at the start of this game. Glenmuir were rocked back. Hull with the ball inside, and then at the back post, Ashley with a thumping finish.
Yeah, it's not an easy finish there. The goalkeeper came and he had to keep his nerve but he went for pace and height. A decision made in split seconds there. Yeah, you could see him definitely shaping up to go top. The roof of the net. Dixon was on it, started it looking to finish it, but Ashley was good at that near post. Can't fault the keeper on it. It was a good finish.
A call for calm, but CC continued. Delightful stuff, wonderful, exceptional. The boy Dixon from Trenchtown to Chapelton, they celebrated that goal.
Yeah, that was a really good goal. He just weaved his magic there, showing his nifty footwork and just drop on the shoulder. And then the finish, as we all know, none better than him this season. And you struggle to find better than him over many seasons in the past.
He was running for his life after every single goal. But the Trenchtown boys weren't finished at all in this one. Look at this build-up. The overlapping run, spotted. The delivery inside, no issues. Budu Ashley with the second of the night.
Well, that's a beautiful finish. I said at any level you see that type of header and you have it as top draw. Yeah, really met it well. Goalkeeper no chance. And the glancing header nestled into far corner. Yeah, you've seen that, boy. The blow down there is suggesting, yeah, nothing I could do.
Well, they tried to get back into this game. They had to. Cummings did really well. And after all that confusion, deflected across the line by Romario Thompson.
Yeah, Romario Thompson. Yeah, and he held it up. He said off his chest, nothing he could do about it. It just came to him inadvertently. And by the time he could react, it was in the back of the net. But immediately, not too long after that, Clarendon College says, okay, we change gear.
Yep. And look at how they changed gear. I mean, there are other chances, but we only have time to show the goals. And that was sublime from Glenmuir.
That was a rasping drive there. Once he cut inside, only thing eyes for goal. And from the other angle, always going away from keeper. He swerved away from him. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Tin air was all he got.
Glenmuir kept trying. Many thought it was too little, too late. And he did well, Miller, to recover and blast that one in.
Had a goal on the bench and was trying to launch the recovery for Glenmuir. Clarendon couldn't deal with the cross inside very well. Came off his header and he was quickest to react. And just like that, they were within 3 goals of Clarendon College.
But the final demanded a hat-trick from Kaheem Dixon. The run from outside the box, the thrill and the execution, magnificent.
Yeah, his second goal, almost a replica of that one, because he weaved his way through and he only had one side and it was almost like a toe poke in. The keeper couldn't react in time, but all you have to look at is the work before that finish. Exquisite, beautiful.
Let's look at the stats. They were pretty one-sided. Clarendon College with 23, 11 on target. Their shots, Glenmuir with 11 shots, 5 of which were on target. 4 yellow cards were shown in this one, and you can see 9 corner kicks as opposed to none for Glenmuir High, and possession in the end, Clarendon College with 65% of it. It's now time for the Water Man of the Match.
Thank you, Dwight. I'm joined by the man of the match of this DaCosta Cup final, Kaheem Dixon of Clarendon College. He'll receive his man of the match award from Brittany Roberts, marketing coordinator of Water. All right, thank you, Brittany. Thank you very much, Kaheem. Let's have a quick chat. You're champion once again, 2 years running now. You're dancing. How happy are you to be champion once again?
Very happy, very, very happy. Tell my family that this one is personal and they are displayed tonight. So I'm very happy.
How do you perform so well in finals? Where does that come from?
Come from the mindset from the day before. The mindset to come perform in the finals.
All right, congrats, Kaheem. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kaheem Dixon there, 2-time DaCosta Cup champion now. And he's a dancing man. I'm joined now by Coach Andrew Plaird of Glenmuir. Coach, it seemed like one of those games that just wasn't going your way, and CC were on their game. You started to fight back in that second half, though. What do you think about the game, though?
I thought the worst possible start. we planned for them coming high up the field. That's why we had 2 strikers. But poor decision to play the ball short into the middle of the field. And that's the start they want, because a rhythm team, they want to be a goal up early. Second half, a little bit more control, even though it's end-to-end. But just a tough start and hard to dig yourself out in a final from there.
All right, thank you, Coach. Congrats on the good season. Yeah, that's Coach Andrew Peart there. And we're joined now by the champion, Coach Lenny Hyde. Coach, Kaim said he was not leaving this place. Kaim Dixon said he wasn't leaving today without the DaCosta Cup trophy. Okay. You guys delivered. How well do you feel about that?
Why, I'm very happy. I'm elated. I'm happy for the players mostly. This one is dedicated to Junior Samuels, our trainer. He's not here, he's very ill right now. So we dedicate this one to him. The players were hell bent and said they're not leaving anything out here on the pitch today. They worked pretty hard from the start. That's how we pumped them up for this game. And the last the other day, make it a more hungrier this time around. And you see how they display it today.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Go and celebrate with your boys now.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, you got to give it up to Lenny Hyde and his boys. What they put on tonight, it's unforgettable.
Yeah, it's go hard press, even with amnesia or anything. This one is, it's planted in the memory. It ain't going anywhere, because I have not seen at this level performance like this for probably my time. It was just dominating. It was full of quality. It had steel, grit and determination in it. It was a complete performance from a team that was hell-bent on correcting what they felt was a misstep in the Champions Cup.
Well, a misstep in that final, eliminated out of their minds. And what we saw was full-blown CC. And the spectators who were here to witness it will speak about this. Result, attitude, performance for a long, long time. And so all eyes will be on Wednesday in Clarendon for the Olivier Shield playoff. Clarendon College, DaCosta Cup champions, against the newly minted winners of the Manning Cup, Mona High. And that is going to be another titanic battle, you feel?
Yeah, big battle coming up. It's going to be class against tactics, you feel, because there's no way, but what I've seen from Mona, yes, they're a good team, going toe-to-toe with this Clarendon College team could be a death sentence, but who knows what tactics they'll go with. But whatever it is, I think both teams are well positioned to put on a really good game, a classical game for that Olivier Shield.
I think it's fair to say that Mona, with a solid defensive unit, would not be as open, which means that it's a challenge for Clarendon College to try and do something and also prevent Mona High from scoring.
Yeah, Craig Butler, the pragmatic coach he is, will certainly not try to go hell for leather, and he will play with his strength.
First the check, then the prize. They are loving this moment because they feel it's vindication.
That's exactly what it is, Donald. Vindication for them.
You have one check for $200,000. Now, presentation of a check for $500,000.
Well, there's more checks coming.
Yeah, that's the first of a couple checks heading their way.
The appetizer.
To the Clarendon College team, $500,000.
Another one with 500, so that's $750,000.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of the DaCosta Cup by President of ISSA Keith Wellington and Brittany Roberts, Marketing Coordinator, Water. The DaCosta Cup
here's the prize.
To the boys from the hills of
Here is the prize.
Clarendon,
this is what their hearts wanted in lifting the DaCosta Cup for an 11th time. Chapelton once again celebrating at the Mecca of Jamaica's football. They had put on a footballing clinic tonight. What a night for those boys. They ran away with the match. They're running away with the trophy now. Brilliant, Dwight Jeremiah.
Absolutely brilliant. I saw Keith Wellington handing it over, doing a mini Infantina there in terms of holding on to it a little bit too long, so he got wet. But yeah, they're elated, running with it. And whatever the weight is, it feels light now. They could keep running with it all night. Coming over to the bleacher side to celebrate with their fans as well on this side of the stadium. And tears.
And the Glenmuir boys, they are taking it all in because they want to take it all in.
Yeah.
This feeling, what they're holding in and letting out at this point in time.
Yeah,
they want to use it as fuel for the next season.
Yeah.
All of them have stayed in the centre circle to see the celebrations by these boys from Clarendon College, a lot of whom will be seeing for the final time on this stage.
Yeah, and that's massive for them because they'll feel like they won't want to, a repeat of this, they won't want to experience this again. That's the Glenmuir boys. So being asked to stay out there and take it all in is maybe later on you'll come back and they'll point to that.
It's been wonderful from up here in the commentary box. A magnificent performance from a schoolboy football team we will simply never forget. Kimani, Janae, your show.
Yeah, thank you, Donald. Words can't explain what we just witnessed on that National Stadium field. I'm telling you, Janae, that was historic, that performance.
It was amazing. Within 2 minutes, Clarendon scored their first one, and from that moment, I knew that this was going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, kudos to Glenmuir. They really fought and they really portrayed their heart and soul and spirit. And Clarendon College, they are worthy champions. They haven't lost a DaCosta Cup match in 2 seasons running now.
Yes, and this is their third season. It's so special for them. And I think that Glenmuir, after the second half, whatever talk entrepreneurs have had with them, it worked. It worked. They came back, they scored some goals, but it just wasn't their day today.
Yeah, and it's just a nice way to end the DaCosta Cup. These two Clarendon rivals, and it's just amazing to see them going back and forth in a match like this. But Kaim Dixon,
yes,
find the words to describe this young man.
Superb talent. Excellent tonight with that hat-trick, and I'm expecting to see more from him in the Oliver Shield final.
Yeah, well, we're here at the National Stadium. I'm glad you could have joined us here at the National Stadium to see this spectacle. And this is what schoolboy football is about. And until next time, that's the last of it for the DaCosta Cup and the Manning Cup. And we are thankful that we could have shared this experience with you.
See you next week Wednesday at Glenmuir for the Oliver Shield final. We'll be here with an addition to the A team. So you don't want to miss that. It will be exciting.
See you later.
See you later.
My schoolboy football look this season. People, them ready, you know. Alright then, pick up, Manning Cup. Oliver your shield, you make we link up. We watch the Champions Cup, Ben Francis Water Cup. Which team are win the championship this season? Yo, ISSA. One diver school I go finish the league and beat now. Which youth I go collect the golden boot and be the favorite for the people? Yo, ISSA. Messi fans are roll out all boat, be a flag for vehicle. Looking at the crowd, bus load of supporters from school and community too. People nothing at distance, some a listen and rate them and some a watch it on TV too. Country and town unite for one reason. ISSA, schoolboy football. Good come, look one, look all. Which team are the best and I go better than the rest? And if your team beat your chest, ISSA, schoolboy football. A team could rise and a team could fall, but they never will know until the whistle blows. So run, come enjoy the show. Yo, ISSA, a competition and never have it nice up. People love see when boy I get nice up on the field. I'm gonna score from far and them love it with peaceful and the youths now war. Yo, it's a schoolboy football, no local. The youths are move on to international big league. And I still people heart, but member which party start. ISSA, schoolboy football, run come, look one, look all. Which team are the best and I go better than the rest of the fire team beat your chest. ISSA, schoolboy football, a team could rise and a team could fall. But they never will know until the whistle blows, so run come enjoy the show. ISSA, schoolboy football, run come, look one, look all. Which team are the best and I go better than the rest of the fire team beat your chest. ISSA, schoolboy football, a team could rise and a team could fall. But they never will know until the whistle blows, so run come enjoy the show. ISSA.